Now, this week, what I wanted to do is talk to you a little bit about how to deal with heartbreak. Now, heartbreak is something that we all experience. It's a very natural emotion. If you haven't experienced it, then I actually feel a bit sorry for you because you haven't experienced probably one of the hardest things you'll go through. It's genuinely one of the hardest things that you go through, but getting through it gives you a whole new respect for yourself. So it's actually almost like working out. You might not enjoy it, but the outcome is great. And same thing with heartbreak. Obviously, it's torture. You don't want to go through it on purpose, but the outcome is you do learn a lot about yourself.
I've said it before, high quality women are extremely rare. I also think that high quality men are extremely rare. In general, I just think most people suck.
So many young people don't have the right examples, heroes who sacrifice their lives for service, who travel the world in service and helping people, be it in their businesses or in poor areas. Their examples are often self-service, selfish people, partying, drinking, sinning, swearing, and this all revolves around self. It does not revolve around serving the living God. Therefore, how can their lives turn out right?
So I'm going to give you 10 steps on how to deal with heartbreak. If you're going through heartbreak, if you know somebody who's been through a breakup, these are the 10 steps I recommend to healing that heartbreak. But more so than anything, your brain is designed to be in pairs. Yeah, we've designed us in pairs. That's just how God has made us. We're supposed to be in pairs. And that's a biochemical fact. The more we connect with people, the more anti-anxiety kind of neurotransmitters we produce, the better we sleep, the calmer we are. We need people. When you fall in love with somebody, what happens is your neurotransmitters and hormones get connected. So when you go through heartache, you've been ripped off, and the only thing that can bring you back to a sense of stability is hearing from them and seeing them and spending time with them. So you crave them like a drug addict would crave crack. You crave them like a drug addict would crave a drug. You literally feel like you can't concentrate, you can't get on with your day. You've got this hole in your heart. It's totally expected. It's totally natural. The reason why you need to understand that it's natural and biological is people confuse this feeling. The moment they get this feeling, they think, I must really, really love this partner because look at me, I'm a mess without them. I can't concentrate. I can't calm down. I sleep so much better when I've heard from them. I must be in love. No. Okay. Yes, you must be attached. There must be an attachment there. There must be a synchrony between your neurotransmitters and the relief that they give you. But it's not an indication of love. It's simply an indication of attachment. So what some people do is they go back to abusive relationships or they go back to negative relationships simply because they can't calm their brain down. And they think that this is indicative of how much they love them. That's not what it is. It's simply because you've gotten used to this particular attachment. It's now in line with your neurotransmitters. Seeing and speaking to them calms you down, but it doesn't mean you're in love with them, and it doesn't mean that they're healthy for you. It just means that you need new connections in your life. You need more connections in your life. Usually people who suffer from heartbreak for longer and it takes them longer to recover are the ones that don't have many connections in their life. They don't have many family connections. They don't have many friends. They don't enjoy being around their colleagues. The more you build your circle of connections, the more you will rely on that partner to relieve you of your pain and stress. So if you are going through this and you're feeling that intensity, try and reach out to your circle. If you don't have a circle, recognize that this is what your body is craving and try and build one. Whether it's going to a gym class, whether it's going to a cooking class, anything that involves group affiliation, that will produce similar kind of neurotransmitters that will calm you down. So go look for connection. It's a signal for connection, not for going back to your partner. Now, the second thing I recommend for healing a heartbreak is really reframing how you talk to yourself about this person. What a lot of people do is they focus on the person. They say, I want him back. I want her back. What you want to do instead is stop focusing on the person and start focusing on the traits of them that you liked. And what you then need to realize is, it's not that I need to be with this person, but I need somebody that had these particular traits, whether that it was that they were affectionate, whether it was because they were caring, whether it was because they were beautiful, whether it was because they were financially stable, whatever traits it were that made you attached to this person. Those traits are still available in other people. Take this person off their pedestal. You've got it in your mind that there's nobody like this and I have to get back with them, and it's they were this and they were that and we had this special connection. The connection comes from particular traits that you liked. Those traits are still available and accessible in different people. You've just got to remember that. You might never be with this person again, but you can still recreate that level of connection as long as you're still looking for the similar traits that led you to attach to this person. And likewise, you have to also remind yourself of the traits that led to the breakup. There were lots of traits in the relationship that led to the breakup. Remind yourself of those traits and say, well, I need somebody with the traits that I loved, but without the traits that caused the reoccurring fights. So separate the person from the traits that they have and take them off the pedestal, and start your journey again by looking for the traits, not looking for that particular person again. The third step is having a very clear vision. Now, what I mean by this is what you need to do is have a very clear vision of where you see yourself in 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it is. Now, most people imagine themselves in 10 years' time to be in a healthy relationship, hopefully with children and a family. That's where most people would imagine themselves in 10 years. Then you have to ask yourself, does your partner or your former partner, does that partner fit this particular vision? With the way that they are now, does this partner fit this vision? Now, if the answer is absolutely not, with the way that they are now, if we froze time and he was in my vision or she was in my vision in 10 years, would kill each other, then you've got to remind yourself of your vision. Every time you miss them, every time you want them, you've got to remind yourself that they are not going to bring you closer to your end goal. Instead, they're going to derail you from your vision, and they're going to take you down a darker path. So imagine where they might take you, or where you might take them, or just the relationship itself. It might not be their fault. It just might be the dynamics. Now, every time you miss them, you remind yourself of the vision, and then you try your best to simply be happy for people who don't fit your vision, but you don't want to be hating them either. You just be happy for them on the side. This is my vision. This is where I want to go. You don't have to belong to my vision, but I can love you from a distance. I can love you from afar. I can still love you. Two things can be true at the same time. I can still love you,